Hello and welcome to another review. Yeah, this is a pretty old toy, but whatever, I'm gonna review it. So, meh. Super Best Selection. Some of you might remember that I reviewed the normal version a long time ago. Well, it was a Korean version, so I had that Korean... Was it a Korean version? No. Oh no, it's a normal version, but it's a pretty big box. It was a really annoying box. So this is... Just on box alone, this one's way better. Only downside, it's got this stupid flap that doesn't do anything. It doesn't have a hole on it. Same thing I'm saying in every single Kamen Rider DX toy. Why is there a flap here? Get rid of this flap, it's totally useless. And this one, this flap is taller than the width of the top. So even if I bend this down, it's going to be too long. And it's going to be a pain in the ass to put it anywhere. I don't like these flaps. But anyway, this is the Super Best Selection, so that's a Super Best Selection thing going on. And it's metallic red, just like the Deca driver Henshin belt. And you know, just to show you, zoom them out even more. Look, see, look as well. So there you go. Just take my word for it. The only reason I bought this, well, apart from wanting that card, but the only reason I bought this was because the moving company that moved all of my stuff from England to Hong Kong lost my original one. And I'm pretty sure I packed the Slash card from the Rider Booker and the Cougar Henshin card in the same box, so they lost those as well. So I'm gonna have to somehow find a plastic Cougar card. Not too bothered about the Slash one, but and by the way, this moving company is Robinson's Moving Movers from England. So if you're in England, don't use Robinson's Movers. So anyway, I picked this up. It was pretty cheap. It was actually cheaper than the amount I paid for the original one, because import fees and such and buying on eBay. But with this one, I'm in Hong Kong, it's in the store, I can pick it up a lot cheaper. Deca complete form, of course, as in on the photo, very colourful box. A very tiny box. This is the best thing about this new version. It's such a tiny box, and it's good. You know, saves space. I mean, the K-Touch is a tiny toy, and it needs a tiny box. It doesn't need a big ass box. The original box is like this, but square, so it's super big and such. On the back, you got the same, pretty much generic information, and you got all the other ones. This is how you do the transformation and such, why you clip it in, and you can use the card in Gamma Ride. Oh, really? You know, you call different numbers, you get the rider sound. Open the box. I always open it on this side, and I'm just used to open it on the left. Pull out the tray. You have this, which was originally taped there when I opened it on my way home, and baggie. Oop. Now, in the original K-Touch pack, the cards, there's actually a little slot in the cardboard tray for the cards, whereas here, all the cards are just stored in this little plastic bag. Look at those later, because it's got the instructions manual, which, apart from a few reprints, like redesigns, it is pretty much identical to the original instructions manuals. K-Touch, because you know it's just the same toy, just repackaged, and they gave you one extra card. If anyone wants me to scan this, I will, but if not, then I won't bother. So, instruction manual back in the bag. There is no extra tape securing the bag, apart from aside from the one that I teared open. I was sticking it to the cardboard piece, which is good for the sake of saving some plastic. As you can see, no tape, it's just in the bag. So get that out. Fold this because it's easier to store that way, kids. If you just crunch it up and stick it in a box, it's going to be a lot harder. And get the K-Touch out. Ah, K-Touch, I've missed you. You see, with these days, all these Android phones and iPhones and all the other smartphones, there's always a K-Touch app, so you can easily access your K-Touch abilities, but there's nothing like the real thing. Well, it would be great if this was actual real thing that, you know, can transform and such. So, typical Bandai DX quality, the scratch marks all over it. Yeah, so next time you decide to pay a premium for these toys, remember, there's always scratch marks. Like what did they do in the factory? Jesus Christ, it's marks all over. Pretty much the same here, so you know, want to get a peg. But in terms of size, obviously the actual decade screen was this area, but as for the toy, it's just this tiny area. And the way this works is, you know, it's like touch screen in the show, but the way it actually works is, you know, it's got a few generic sensor bars, and so it's very unsensitive. Like, it'll only pick up these the grid system. It isn't actual touchscreen. Of course, it's not a toy. It'll also be like an insane price. Molding injection marks there and such. So pushy. This button, of course, unlocks the K-Touch from the Deca driver. So let's get a peg and open up. Oops. Oh, damn it. It's always best to have either a pen or a paperclip. I recommend a paperclip more over a pen, because a pen you'd be like drawing stuff on it, like getting ink on it. But so, you know, a paperclip would be a lot better. One side opened. Takes two AAA batteries. You can see here, this is the push down bit that allows the compartment to slide open. I'm probably going to be taking batteries out quite no, probably not. I'll leave those in. So, close this. And there you go. Switch on. It's pretty cool. By the way, if you hold down a certain area, it will change the volume. Quiet. Loud. Quiet. Loud. And here's something you can do. You can push. See, like, if there's no cards in there, I'll do this little wave thing, which is pretty fun. Yes, I'm going through all of them. So there you go, put that down. This clip is actually in better condition than the actual thing. Oh, what a joke. It's pretty much just a clip-on thing for the Deca driver and that. So you got the cards, you got the main K-Touch card. From what I can remember, it's I think the color's slightly different than the original, but I'm not sure. I think it's identical. The way it works is there's this little gap in here that triggers a button inside the K-Touch to tell you what card it is. So if you flip this over and stick it in, it will pretend to be the other card. Yep, you got the phone card. Because you got the Gambride barcode right there. Now this card was originally in the Decade Complete form, cheapy figure that you can get with all the other transforming figures, but with the complete selection, there's no super best selection. They include all the cards in that way. So it's pretty cool. This is T51. See the details on the top, and because there's only one star, because it's Kamen. Just actually thinking how common it exactly is. And of course, if you stick a normal Gambride card in, the K-Touch is going to be like, huh? I don't know what that is. So let's do that. Cause oh yeah, another thing with these is they've done it in plastic. It's the same plastic as the K-Touch cards that you usually get. And so this is the only new addition to this super best selection, apart from the box being different. So, well, whatever. Let's stick this card in anyway, just for funsies.
Kamen Rider card. Kamen Rider card. Kamen Rider card. Gamba Rider.
So if you hold it down, you get Kamen Rider Cardo, Gamba Rider. If you just press it,
Kamen Rider card.
the little button lights up and it'll say Kamen Rider card.
Kamen Rider card. Kamen Rider
You press it
card.
on the edge, it will light the entire line.
Kamen Rider card. 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 Gamba Rider.
Yeah, if you push it down, the whole lights start flashing inside. You just hard to see on this card, but it's doing it. There you go. Take the card out, it does that. Now, of course. Oh, hello, Decker Driver.
Kamen Rider. Decay. Decay.
Fun. And guys, if you put the K-Touch in there, it won't. K-Touch cards in there won't do anything because there's no barcode for it to read. Yeah, if you've already seen the review of this before, you can pretty much skip ahead and not watch anymore. But for the rest of us who haven't, or don't know why you haven't, but whatever, you can stay and keep going. So if you stick this card in, you got these numbers. Focus. And you can dial up, well, 2001 is Cougar, so
001. Agito.
oops, I meant 2000. But if you forgot the numbers you're actually typing, you just hold down the button. So it's like 0.
000. Cougar. 2002. Yuki.
So do that with all the riders, just going Yuki.
2004. Blade. 2005. Hibiki. 2006. Kabuto. 2007. Oh. 2008. Chiba. 2009. DK. 2010.
There you go.
1 9 9 0 1 9 8 9.
Now for the main event. Stick the Decade Complete card in. We got the proper K-Touch functions going on.
Cougar.
Keep flashing.
Agito. Yuki. 5. Blade. Hibiki. Kabuto. Zen-O. Chiba. Hibiki.
Oh no, push one button. Oh wait.
Final Kamen Rider. Decay.
Now for those who forget it, you can always just hold down the Decade icon.
Final Kamen Rider. Decay.
And there you go. pushing the hibiki button, cancel. It's always the cancel button right there.
Final Kamen Rider CK. Kuga.
Press the F with any of these riders, you get this.
Kamen Rider Ultimate. Agito. Kamen Rider Shining. Ryuki. Kamen Rider Survive.
So all of them do the same sound.
Kamen Rider Blaster. Blade. Kamen Rider King. Hibiki. Kamen Rider Ando. Kamen. Kamen Rider Hyper. Kamen Rider Rider. Kiba. Kamen Rider Emperor.
So, you know, to do this the proper way, I guess, get the Decker driver out, zoom out, and then do this proper.
Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Fly, Blast, Hibiki, Kabuto, Zen-O, Kiba.
Oh no, push the wrong button. Oh, I'm gonna do that again.
Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Fly, Blast, Hibiki, Kabuto, Zen-O, Ryuki, Kiba.
No, let's do that again. Sorry about that.
Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Fly, Blast, Hibiki, Agito, Kabuto, Zen-O, Kiba. Final Kamen Rider Decay.
And there you go, you have the Decky complete form. Now, of course, you got this thing down here. This piece actually pushes the buttons, so this is exactly the same as turning the thing in the Decker driver belt. What it does is the switch right here. When this thing turns, it hits something in the Decker driver belt's little button here, it just pushes it. Alright, this is pretty much what this little peg is for. Pretty much the same as this one. Oops. You can see it just sort of sits there. So that's pretty cool. So that's the Super Best Selection K-Touch. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. It's yeah, actually, final word. It's good. Pick it up if you haven't already picked one of these up. If you already have a K-Touch and you just want this card, then you're probably better off just finding this card somewhere on auction. But of course, you know, if you get it from the figure or just find it on auction, you won't get the benefits of having it in plastic. Yay! Take care and have a nice day. Bye.